All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are here for another episode of the Authority Project, where you are the project, and we want to slap authority onto your name so you can sell more of what you're great at. And we are here with my new friend Arlene Santiago, who says that she can help us be a successful mom fitness coach. Maybe in the next 30 minutes, we'll see if she can do that. But can you do that for us today, Arlene?
I guess so. Yeah.
Awesome. We're going to check that out here on this next episode of The Authority Project. All right. We are back. We are back here, and we're going to have some fun today because I got so many great questions to ask Arlene today. But before we get started, can you tell us right now who you are personally and professionally?
Who I am personally, yeah. My name is Arlene Santiago, as you already know. I am a mom of 3, so I work full-time as a health transformation coach, and I help busy moms lose 10 to 20 pounds in 90 days and help them keep it off for after that.
Wow. Awesome. All right, so and we'll get started here. Tell us about, first of all, your backstory. What led you to this profession of being a mom fitness coach?
Okay, so it's kind of a long story. I'll try to shorten it up a bit.
Okay, sure.
But I didn't start off in the fitness world. You know, I've always been an active person, but I never thought about that. I never thought about doing it. My background is marketing, PR, advertising.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's my background. And after a while, I got tired of writing all the time. I did write. I mean, I still love writing, but I felt like it was more of a job.
Yeah.
It's too much of a job rather than it was for fun. So I tried something else, and then I tried something else. I just kept on trying different things. But what happened was eventually, I was working in the corporate world, started working from home, working on a business with my husband. And he asked me to help him teach a course. And this course is called a Matter of Balance. And it is for older adults who have a fear of falling.
Oh.
I had no idea.
Wow.
Right. I had no idea about that stuff because, again, that's not my background. You know,
I never heard that before in my life. Okay. But it makes sense. Makes sense. Yes.
So this course is an 8-week course, 2 hours at a time. And I think it was the second day, this lady had come up to me and said, "Thank you so much for what you're doing. I am learning a lot from you, and I can take whatever I'm learning here, and I can take it to help my mom." I think she was in her 80s at the time. Help her mom, with exercise and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, okay. At that point, I took it in, but I didn't really take it in. And then when I finally took it in, I was like, wow, this is what I'm supposed to be doing this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be helping people.
Right.
And it started from there. So I became a trainer and then a health coach and keep going and going. And here I am.
Okay. So that is the backstory. So yeah. I love that. What was the aha moment? You said you knew that was for you. What was the result that you got from that first experience that led you to that moment?
So what led me to the first experience, or
what led you from that experience? What made you say, yes, this is what I need to be doing?
This is what I'm going to do. Yeah. All right. So True story. So
Okay.
after the lady had told me that, I took it in, right? I didn't, but I was like, okay, well, that's nice. That's great. I was in the grocery store parking lot and thought about what she said to me.
Uh,
And I started bawling
oh,
because I
wow.
was like, this is it. This is it. And I had to like comprise my, like get my composure together
Right.
and go into the grocery store. And I was just, I had to go to like the counter and like talk to the lady. And I thought I was composed enough, and I couldn't. I started bawling at the counter, at the bakery counter, telling this lady I figured out what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Wow. That is
And
amazing.
yeah, and then just I became a trainer, started working in a big box gym, enjoyed what I was doing, and how what I was doing was taking effect to other people. And it just, just kept on spiraling, not necessarily spiraling, but kept going.
I love it. That is amazing. Wow. Okay, so that's a great backstory. I love it. The
Mm-hmm.
tears like falling down. Everything's good. So let's speed ahead a little bit. Why moms? Why do you feel? Why moms were the focal point after a while?
Um, because I'm a mom,
Okay.
and I, I I know how it is. I get
Yeah.
it. Uh,
Yeah.
I have three, and it was hard. First off, it was harder and harder to lose the weight after each child.
Okay.
Okay, and with that becomes there's pressure. Like, there's pressure for being a good mom. There's pressure for being a good wife, and
Yeah.
pressure from having your own job and doing well there too. And then there's all these outside things that like people, like family, expects you to do,
Yeah. Right.
and deliver on things. And it's so hard. And it's like, okay, let's do it. We have to do all this. We have to do all this. But well, how about me?
Right.
What about me? Who am I? If I felt like I lost myself, like
Yeah.
who I was, and I was like becoming, I felt like I was becoming some type of like robot and zombie. Like, okay, just do it, do it, do it. And I needed something for myself.
Yeah.
And by realizing what I wanted to do for my life, I felt like became, I came into my own, and not only helping moms, but helping with their energy, and they're tired and all this like pressure, but also helping with older adults. I help older adults as well, and that also came from experience and having family members in and out of the hospital taking tons of pills, and seeing how all those medications affected them, and how like the diseases they had affected them. And I feel bad for them, and I don't want that for me, and I don't want my kids to see that their mom is not healthy, and because I want them to be
I love
healthy.
it. I love, like, right now you're like the perfect person because your story is the backdrop of everything that you're doing. I love this so far. Just amazing stuff. So this is it's perfect, really it is. Because a lot of our students, a lot of our in my audience we talk about story and how that's so important. So let's go into that deeper. Like, what are the difficulties you experience? Like you talked about it a little bit here, but if we can just dive deeper into that, or dive deep into just the difficulties of your experience or the people that you've seen and others, and how did you solve that, or how are you solving that today, basically with them? If we can just go through that a little bit.
How I'm solving that today? Well, it
Yeah.
depends. Everybody's different,
Right.
right?
Right.
So I with moms, there's so much going on. There's
Yeah.
so much going on, and they need to think about, hey, I need to take care of myself too, right? So it's what I always say, and I do this for myself as well. Like, I do so many things, and people are like, how do you do that? I don't know. I just do, right? I just
Right.
do. Because if it's important to me, I'm going to make time for it. All right. I'm going to make time for it. So when people work with me, they like have that, they've made that step, like, I am going to dedicate time for myself. I am important. I'm going to do this. Because there's so many other people out there that talk about wanting to lose weight and wanting to be healthier, and they just talk about it. You know, they need like the people that I work with, they're ready to do it. They need the support. They know that it's not going to be it's not going to take 30 days and I'm going to lose 15 pounds and I'm going to be done. No, it's a lifestyle thing.
I love it. Awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, then if you would, go to older adults, they think, I just want to move. I just want to move. I want to be able to do what I want to do. I want to garden. I want to play with my grandchildren. And that's what they want. They don't care about like the image and things like that, Instagram body or whatever. They just want to move and do what they want to do. And I help them, I help with their strengthening and their endurance for that. Another facet to what I do also is something called the Square One system, where I help reset the brain, the central nervous system that helps you move, reset the brain to help with your movement. And the outcomes of that, I'll give you an example in a second, but the outcomes of that is increased energy, is strength, increased strength, increased mobility, increased mobility. I'm trying to think, strength and like posture. All right. Or range of motion. I've had, it worked on several people, but what my ultimate favorite one is I worked on somebody and she was having a hard time getting out of her chair. And she came into that and I was like, okay, tell me your problems. Tell me what you're having a hard time with. And that was her main focus, getting out of a chair and going up her stairs. She was just having a hard time. So within one session, we fixed that, or I fixed the whole, we both together fixed that. Right. But what was awesome about this is I asked her to bring her arm up over her head. And she's like, Arlene, I haven't been able to do that for a long time. And I'm like, oh, you didn't tell me about that. She's like, well, I forgot about it. For 26 years, she had not been able to lift both arms over her head. Now she has full range of motion. And that was months ago. She still has full range of motion.
That's amazing.
That's incredible. It's incredible the results that that can happen with this system.
And now, do you see that a lot where people like they get into this mode where what, I'm just going to manage, and they kind of forget, right? They forget, that maybe Is there do you see a point where people are just like giving up? They're just giving up to this thing. This is how things are. This is my the cards I've been dealt, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not true, and they believe that. And there's something going on in the head. There's this limiting belief that's the limitation. Like, this is it. This is what I'm done. I can't do this anymore. But that's not true. I'm a firm believer that it's never too late. Wow. You can do this whenever. You just have to want to do this and dedicate yourself to your health.
Where are the doctors in all this? Why haven't the doctors seen these kind of things over those years? Is that a question?
It's something different. So there's there's physical therapy. People usually go to physical therapy, or they go to their chiropractor, and they don't know about this system. It's not that new. I mean, it's been around for at least 14 years.
Wow.
And there's not that many of us in the world that know how to do this, and I'm one of them.
Arlene is one of them. We got one here. Thank you for being on the show. We got you. All right. So, can you let's go into the business side here.
Sure.
How did you build your client base when you started? When you finally got you have your aha moment. You say, this is what I want to do. Mm-hmm. Take us back to how you went to the point where I'm gonna start getting clients. How did you go about that?
Well, what first happened was I worked at the gym, so I got my clients there. All right, but when I quit there, off on my own, I was teaching classes. Okay. I was teaching classes, and got a following from there. And that's what's great. You the more people you're in front of, the more people, you have more shots at people listening to you. And one of the tips for people that I say is like, you're you. It doesn't matter who, all the Tony Hortons or the Shalene Johnson or whatever, Arnold Schwarzenegger, they're different. They have their own following.
Yeah.
But people like you for you. And if you're genuine in that, people will gravitate towards you. I mean, I'm not for everybody, and I understand that. But there are people that do, follow me, and that like my personality and like what I have to say, and it just works out.
That's all you need.
And you give them results too.
Yeah, as long as you give them the results.
On top,
Yes, I love it. So how have you been dealing with that with this pandemic that we're in, where there were times when you can't see people face to face or what have you. How have you been doing that with your clients during this time?
Virtual training.
Okay.
So I'm doing virtual classes, and I'm doing virtual one-on-one training and coaching as well. Not that's just the training, but there's a coaching aspect to it, and I'm doing that virtually.
Has that been seamless for you, right, with the transition?
It's been
wow.
It's been pretty well. It's gone pretty well. Yeah. Because I'm finding that, those people that were in my classes, they really enjoyed the class.
Right.
And they didn't, like, a lot of them didn't want to stop. But so they started up on the Zoom with me. And so glad that they have. Even though, especially with older adults, even though they didn't know how to use Zoom, or they didn't know how to use like how to pay for something online, you'd have to walk them through it. But now they know.
Yeah,
do it on their own.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So I'm going to this is the tricky question right now.
Sure.
Kind of tricky. I don't know. So I'm taking you way back just for our audience.
Mm-hmm.
Take us through the first time of getting clients in this new space of yours,
mm-hmm.
and having to figure out a price to charge. What was that process like when you're like have people in the audience who are like, it's a big thing about, am I overcharging for my services? Am I undercharging? How did you get to the point where you were like, this is the right thing for the clientele that I'm asking for?
You have to charge what you're worth, bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
If you're transforming people's lives, I think that's priceless.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's priceless, and that you're there for support. And I am a full believer in charging what you're worth, because if you're good, charge it.
That's true. That is so true. So I want to make sure that the people who come on here get some good stuff from you. So give us some healthy tips while we're here. What can we do? Some basic things that we should be doing if we're like during this pandemic. Maybe just for me. I don't know. Because you're here and you're stuck in the home, and you can't. Well, I guess we can go to the gym now, but there was a time when we couldn't go to the gym. What can we do right now that is simple and easy and fun to do to help us on the healthy tip?
A healthy tip. Okay,
yeah,
so just move, really, just move. I know, like, we're stuck at home and we can't go to the gym, but we need the vitamin D. We need to go outside. We need the air.
Yeah.
So just go outside. First of all, take a walk, right? If you're like, let's say you're like just not doing anything, go take a walk. All right. If you want to find if you want to exercise outside, with a group, try to find a place, that offers outside classes, because I've seen a bunch of yoga classes outside.
Yeah.
All right. So then I know there's boot camps outside. Just go to your local recreation center to see if there's anything available. So that's my healthy tip. Keep moving and have a lot of water, because a lot of people think they have a lot of water and they don't.
How much? See, that's always a big thing about, about water. How much water do you suggest people should be digesting every day?
I believe half your weight in ounces.
Really?
As a start. Okay. As a start. And that's already hard. Okay. Yeah. But the more you exercise, have more.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
You're going to become dehydrated and,
okay.
Everything's flowing through your body.
I love it. Okay. So, here's let me give this question out first. Do you see any big mistake with people who are trying to go about being into this healthy lifestyle, or get into a healthy lifestyle, that you see that you can easily be corrected, or is it something that's a bigger process than that? What is the biggest mistake you see with people trying to start this thing?
Biggest mistake, I think they want a magic pill, and they want it done quickly, and it just doesn't work that way. Especially, it can work that way, but if you want it to be sustainable, it doesn't. It needs to be, I'm a believer in habits, and habit like brushing your teeth, habit like taking a shower. You just do it because you do, right? So drinking water should be part of that. Having a certain amount of vegetables, having a certain amount of protein, having a certain amount of fiber, all that just has to, it's a slower process. It doesn't come off right away, but in the long run, if your habits are there, you're going to be able to continue that for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like you're speaking to me, Arlene. I don't know. I don't know. I feel attacked. No. Okay. So here's the last question of the day. I chose to ask this of all of my guests. So now, and it's this. This is the Authority Project. Mm-hmm. So, can you tell us, for people who are seeing you or listening to you for the first time, and they want to be Arlene Santiago, they want to do exactly what you want to do. They want to be they have a clientele, maybe they have surroundings of people that who are moms or older adults, and they want to get into the mom fitness coach, program. Mm-hmm. What is the steps that you think they should take to be an authority in this field?
One of the biggest things, I think, again, as I mentioned before, is be yourself and be you, because you have to go live, and you're not going to be like all those celebrity people out there. Yeah. You have to be you. Yeah. Number 2 is consistency. You have to be consistent. Just like if you were losing weight and you want to be healthy, it needs to be consistent. So being consistent of your content, and consistent of reaching out to people, maybe collaborating, consistent of Facebook Lives, you have to do what's best for you. If it's once a week. If it's every day, it's every day. It just depends, but something needs to be consistent. You have to show up and not just type up or, post the content. Yeah. They want to see you. They're buying you. Yeah. Really. And then, a lot of times people get scared. They have this fear of, maybe going online and going on Facebook Live, or just there's all these different fears that people have. And as much as we're scared, we just need to push through it. And once it's done, you'll feel so much better when you come across it, because once you do it, you'll feel better. Like, oh, I can do this. I can do this again. And every time you do something, it's going to get better. And then, there's a confidence that happens. Yeah. And if you don't feel confident, think about all the other times that you have done something well, or you have succeeded at something, because there's that limiting belief in your head again. You can do it. Yeah. You just have to push forward.
So let me ask you one more question. Your process, you said there's only a few people who know about what you do. How does someone get into that?
Oh yes, there's squareonesystem.com. There is that's how you learn how to do the square
Okay.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
There's also a Signal 6 that's a watered down version of Square One. So that's Square One System. That's not necessarily my company. That's where I learned it from.
Yeah.
But he's based out of the of Illinois.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We're glad to have you. We're glad that you're out there serving people and changing lives every day. I appreciate you. This is wonderful. I got a lot out of it. I'm gonna, go in here and give me some vegetables right now or something.
Thank you for having me.
But tell people right now, for the people who are watching and listening on a podcast very shortly, which we'll be talking about very shortly, how to get a hold of you further.
Sure, you can get a hold of me at arlenesantiago.com. I have Arlene Santiago Coaching on Facebook, and I have a Facebook group, Healthy and Fit Moms for Life, the number 4.
Oh, nice. Okay. That is incredible. I appreciate you. And as everybody knows, or maybe they don't know, I'm letting you know now that we are in the early stages of the podcast here for the Authority Project. So we are kicking it off with a 8-week digital product giveaway. We're having one prize a week that we're giving away. So all you have to do, if you want to join in on that, is go to theauthorityletter.com and subscribe there. And we're going to be giving away stuff like the microphone that I'm talking about right now. We're giving that away this Friday, and we're giving us some other stuff dealing with digital products, microphones and headphones and everything. Just going to be great stuff. So get in on that and help us out here. Help us grow here, so we can get more people like Arlene, who is just crushing it today on this show, and doing incredible things to serve the world. Any last words of wisdom? We have a couple minutes. Go ahead. Anything that you can share, Arlene.
Words of wisdom. Oh my gosh. Think about the overall vision of what you want and what will make you happy, and strive and work towards that.
I love it. And that is a wrap. We are good. That is the wrap today. I hope you guys enjoy that. And we will see you very shortly on the next episode of The Authority Project.